the Niners will not return to the NFC Championship if or because the other side of the hypothetical.
Because they're putting all their chips on the table on players who are injury prone. Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brock Purdy, Trey Lance. I mean, Trent Williams another year in AIDS. Like you said last week, we just know Armstead. That's pretty much the core of it. Yeah, that's the core of it. The players. Yeah. George Kittle, although I guess he's starting to shrug it off, but still.
Nice bounce back year last year, George.
Yeah, so there's a lot of players that's like, hey, this is our core. We're riding with it. And it's like, yeah, the last time you rode with the core of star players who have injury concerns was 2020, and I feel like we could possibly see the same thing this year. And even because again, you have the injury-prone quarterbacks. You know, Brock Purdy, how's he going to fare? Trey Lance, is he going to get hurt again? Given
Brock Purdy could miss the season. We don't know. He could miss the whole season. Trey Lance could be the starter. I mean, he's gotten hurt, 3 times in 4 starts? He could get hurt again. And then it could be Nate Sudfeld playing quarterback all season. Yeah, this close to that happening. They're messing around.
So, yeah, and I know Christian McCaffrey, like Lynch said, and I think I said last week, but, I get he had his first healthy season in, 3-4 years? But, if any, that's exactly why it's we should view last year as an outlier season. He played, an all-pro level, healthy, wow.
Also, he wasn't 100% healthy. He wasn't practicing during the week. He was limping around on the sideline. They had to manage him, and he gutted it out for
Remember he had knee irritation? I was like, what the hell is knee irritation?
He did. He wasn't practicing, so that's something to watch. Yeah. They managed him like he was 32.
Something weird. But anyways, yeah, so I think that's another thing. And Deebo Samuel, again, he's proven he can't really stay healthy too much. But even then, it's how much of a weapon he's going to be, as well, we just said a few minutes ago. Kittle, toss up, is he finally shaking it? Is he looking good? Eric Armstead, plantar fasciitis. Every time I hear that, I mean, we're no doctors, but anytime I've heard that in all the sports world,
it's not good.
That name, that term, that injury tends to stay with players, especially
when you hit to 30, okay. Yep, it's true.
So that's why he's a player that I think
it's a chronic injury. Yeah.
You just don't know if his body's going to break down because he's such a mammoth of a human being. He still can perform. It's just, dude, are you going to stay healthy? That's all the question I have with you. But other than that, bring all your chips on the table of your core of players who have several injuries throughout their careers of recent memory, especially.
And they're expensive, man. It'd be interesting to go through and tally up the cap numbers. Just add them up of Kittle, Deebo, Trent Williams. That's just another one. Trent Williams. He misses games every year, and now he's going to be 35. Armstead. Frankly, Bosa. I mean, that's what happened in 2020. But it's been freak stuff with Bosa. I'm not saying he's not. I don't know. So that would be a big one. Why they won't. Also, the Niners are perpetually in this, let's keep our team together. Let's run it back. We're the best team. There's not much we can do to improve a team that's already the best. Meanwhile, you got Philly. They don't have that attitude. They have 2 first-round picks. Detroit, 2 first-round picks. Seattle, 2 first-round picks. There's going to be another team in the NFC that takes big strides this year the way Philly did last year, and it's not going to be the Niners. The Niners are trying to stand pat. That's what they do. They might make little tweaks to their team, but they're not going to change the formula. I mean, what if Detroit gets Anthony Richardson and he balls out? Or, you know what I'm saying? What if one of these teams, Seattle, gets CJ Stroud or someone and it just works and they have a really good young quarterback and he's better than what the Niners have? That changes things. So that would be another thing. There's some teams that are looking to not reload, but make a push in the NFC. It's not the Niners.
I do anticipate Detroit being a playoff contender next year. But
their offensive line is so good as opposed to what the Niners have.
They were so fun last year, especially offensively. Yep. They couldn't play defense to stay alive. But
no, they couldn't.
I think, look, there is a case, and I'm going to side more with the Niners being closer to the NFC Championship game than missing it. But, again, there is a case to be made that the 49ers are going to be worse next year. And it's more than just the players we just mentioned because it's their core. It's literally it's the fact that the quarterback is such an influx right now. It's such a what the hell are we at with that? With who knows? Who knows?
They're weaker at the quarterback position this year than last year.
How much better is I mean, again, as much as I advocated for Wilkes and thought he was a good hire, it's I'm not going to be stupid and say he's going to be just like Ryan. It's no, I'm expecting a drop off. I'm expecting a drop off from him. And is Dre Greenlaw going to be great again? It's always question marks. I mean, again, I wouldn't bet against Greenlaw. I think he's going to be fine. All these players, but yeah, this is where it's all at. There's a lot of
true. Greenlaw essentially missed the entire 2021 season, right? I mean, you don't know what you're going to get. Well, he's not exactly an Iron Man. No offense to Dre. He's got something to prove there. Yeah.
Yes, there's a lot of there's just a lot of that. It's pretty much that's why it's in the favor of them, because even if they do have some players who get injured, they could still actually like work around that and still make a push, just because of how weak the division is. The conference. If this was AFC, hell no, first round exit, maybe even miss the playoffs. But then again, it is surprise teams like you mentioned, like a Detroit or somewhere else, like you said.
It's just interesting that the Niners, like, their season was derailed because they weren't strong enough at quarterback. They weren't deep enough at quarterback, and now they're thinner. Now they're weaker at quarterback. The two guys they have are coming off really serious injuries. You got the one guy, you don't know how fast he's going to be. You got the other guy, you don't know what kind of arm he's going to have. Like, that's scary as hell. You're now looking at a situation where you don't know what you're going to have from either one. You don't know if either one's the franchise quarterback. And Jimmy's not coming back. The safety blanket's gone. So, again, yeah, you could have a losing season this year if things go bad. It really could happen. And I wonder, like, would Jed York hold Kyle Shanahan responsible for that, or is Jed just really happy that all the Niner fans seem happy right now? I don't know.
Because ultimately, it just stands with the quarterback situation. That's the huge, like, exclamation point on it. Because in 2020, I'd say if Jimmy was healthy for like 5 more games, they're probably a playoff contender. Because that's all they needed. They needed like some better quarterback play.
They would have made the playoff. Yeah, they would have made the playoffs.